Thousands of years ago, the world was a different place. A place
where everybody was naked.
Mammals were divided into two groups. Predators with the sharp teeth and prey with the flat teeth. And why weren't we friends? Finnick.
'Cause we wouldn't share.
Close. Because predators would eat us. No one's eaten anyone in thousands of years. But just to be extra safe, we have the tame collar. When a predator gets agitated, the tame collar reminds him to be good. So now all mammals can be together.
In the beginning was this place that the predator characters had to wear these collars that would give them a shock if they, if they had like bad thoughts or they became too emotional, and that's kind of what created the peace between the predators and prey.
The world is biased against animals like Nick, against predators. Prey animals don't like predators. It makes sense, but it was very obvious.
Now,
Zootopia will be Disney Animation's 55th animated feature. Is this amazing all-mammal city where things seem like they're perfect. It's the perfect city. It seems like nothing could be better.
One of the things that drew me in to want to produce this movie was this idea of talking about bias in a modern way, because
and screening and research.
I think that's one of the biggest things for us is it's not a specific group, it's not a specific race, it's not a gender, it's none of those things. It's simply two groups.
That's for making me the baby. I'm a grown mammal, Finnick Fox. It is degrading to my entire species.
Relax, you're gonna buzz yourself.
I am in a diaper!
It was brought up earlier in story trust meetings, and a lot of people brought up, you could tell the story without the collars. I think that collars could be muddying things up.
after every screening, it was really the first thing everybody kept talking about, and then we would kind of change it and rework it and stuff to soften it, to make it, and we kept trying. And there were some great moments with that. There was a really emotional moment when a young mammal becomes of age. They got their collar on, and the little kids would look at it saying, oh, I'm gonna grow up, but the parents know there's a sadness to it of when they have to put this on their young child.
Morris.
And it was always really emotional, that scene, in what we were showing. So we felt like we had something going on.
This words on a page, and we thumbnail it out, and we turn those words into visuals. This, to me, is my acting. I'm acting on paper. Boom! He gets hit by a car, and this squirrel driver goes, aye! And the nuts go tumbling across the street, and Nick lands there, and whoop, whoop! And then you start this traffic ticket. So
Thousands of images, hand-drawn images go by that tell you how the story is progressing.
And then
Nick is basically, I'm exactly what everybody thinks I am. I'm a clever, shifty fox.
when you do start building the shots, we have a layout team that is placing a camera into the shot to say what angle am I going to shoot it at. And once that camera is placed, we go to animation, and animation starts to actually move those characters around.
Universal.
To try and figure out how to make that work, and that's what we did. Screening after screening, we would sit within the story trust and talk about, well, let's make it work for Nick. What do we need to do? And in each of those cases, what we did was we kept giving Nick more and more backstory, so we could really empathize with him as a character.
But what if there was one suit store for all mammals? Well, me and my boy have a plan. We have a location and we have a dream. All we need is a loan to make it happen. It's not Zootopia, it's Wild & Sons Suitopia. Need a suit? Zootopia welcomes you.
We had been telling the story through Nick's point of view.
And all that did was make the movie less and less fun.
We kept finding that the story kept getting darker and darker and darker, and people weren't connecting with the main characters as much as we wanted to. And so after a while we thought, okay, well, we really need to try something drastic.
I want to love this world. But because of the collars, from the very beginning, I hate this world. You should rethink things so that make us love the world.
Spent now many, many weeks figuring out how to get rid of the collars, how to make the city feel more positive, how to make Hops the protagonist, and that was all massive shifts.
There is a place where opportunity, diversity, and justice shines bright. A city called Zootopia.
Everything we do at animation is in service to story. Every lighting decision we make, every emotion that we play out on screen is all in service to telling a better story. And that's what makes story so difficult. That's why we spend years developing the script.
Late too.
Underestimating me, you'll find, is a big mistake. I am without limits. I'm limitless.
From this place that an elephant could walk into the front door to a place where a 3-inch animal walks into the front door, and everything has changed. And who are you shooting for, and who are the, and which perspective are you shooting from?
It's great.
Do you know what I think?
Let's hear it.
I think you don't want me to prove I'm more than a bunny. Because if I do, you'd have to accept the fact that you could be more than a fox.
We, as a group, Story Trust included, had all accepted that this movie was going to have color.